Hi everyone, you're welcome to Qlick Sports. My name is Shalom Habu, and without any further ado, let us jump into our stories of the week. In the EPL, we saw Arsenal, the table toppers, defeat Crystal Palace by 4-1. We saw 2 goals from star boy Bukayo Saka, 2 goals from Bukayo Saka and an assist. What do I have to say about this guy? Now he takes his tally to what? To 12 goals in the EPL. Great performance from Bukayo Saka. He keeps matching. He just keeps on delivering. You know, right now he's the best winger in Europe, and there's no arguing about that. Gabriel Martinelli yet again on the score sheet. This takes his tally now to 6 goals in 6 games. You understand? The guy has been on fire ever since Gabriel Trossard came into the starting lineup. Martinelli has been firing, and he keeps on firing. He fired again during the game. Now, the guy who creates all the opportunities for Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, ever since this guy came into the starting lineup, playing as a false 9, dropping deep. The difference between him and Eddie Nketiah is that Eddie Nketiah is a striker. He stays up top and he needs service. This guy drops deeper, Trossard drops deeper and creates service for the wingers. That is why Martinelli is scoring lots of goals and has scoring goals in the past few games. Trossard assisted again. Wow, what a game from the guy, you know. Arsenal, we are really lucky to have this guy, and less than 20 million for that matter. For a player like of this standard, his technique, his composure, his strength, you know, reminds me of prime Eden Hazard, you know. But that's one of the things about signing players who are not too expensive. You know, people don't really expect much from them. People don't really give too much hype, and there's not so much pressure on them. You give them a chance to show what they can produce. And look at what this guy is producing right now. You understand? I'm really happy for Trossard. I'm happy for Mikel Arteta for citing this guy and having the fortune to go after this guy after losing someone like Modric. What has Modric done at Chelsea so far? Barely done anything at Chelsea. But look at what Trossard has done. How many assists so far? Right now, he's the third in the assist chart in the EPL, playing for Arsenal. Big ups to this man. He's doing well. In defense, we saw Rob Holding coming for William Saliba after Saliba suffered an injury. We all know what Arsenal fans were thinking. Oh no, Saliba is injured. Wow, Rob Holding. Do we trust Rob Holding? Well, guess what, guys? Rob Holding was solid against Crystal Palace. He was solid against Rafa Zaha. Solid against Michael Olise. You understand? And I'm hoping that he can maintain this, because guess what? Last season, Ben White got injured, and guess who came in? Rob Holding came in, and then we lost our last 3 games. And we started in top 4. But this season, he's looking like a different person. Let us hope that he can come in, fill in the games that he can fill in, and play very well for Arsenal. Make sure that we keep clean sheets, or at least the defense is good enough to not concede too many goals, to prevent our attacks goals from not being overshadowed. You understand? All the best to this guy, man. Qlick got a rare performance this season. You know, he struggled to play for Arsenal this season because he's not an inverted fullback. Zinchenko has taken his place. But the good thing for Tierney is that he's a humble guy and he's willing to learn. And if you watched the game yesterday after he came on, he was picking up midfield positions, similar to that of Alexander Zinchenko. So it shows that the man is willing to, you understand, to help the team in the way the team needs. But also, we're able to see him bring out some of his exceptional qualities, which by exceptional recovery fullback. He had the pace that Zinchenko didn't have. And that was the reason why Mikel Arteta had to bring him on. You understand? Because we saw that Crystal Palace were on the ascendancy. You understand? Their counter-attack. So we needed someone to stop the counter-attack. And who else better than Qlick? He has the pace. Zinchenko doesn't have the pace. Zinchenko has the technique and the control. Now we're trying to teach Tierney to have both the pace and the control. If he can merge all this into his game, my goodness, he will be much better than Zinchenko for Arsenal. But great performance. We also saw Thomas Partey drop to right back. Now this is a tactical ploy by Mikel Arteta. You understand? He had to take off Tomiyasu. You understand? If there's an instance of Ben White being injured, Thomas Partey can fill in a right back. In fact, the last game Thomas Partey played against Arsenal before coming to Arsenal for Atletico Madrid was at right back. So it shows that the guy can be used as a right back. But not just any other right back, but as an inverted fullback, someone who comes into the midfield. So Jorginho can come into the team. You understand? When Jorginho comes into the team, there's a right back here in midfield, giving him that partnership, that cover that he needs. We all know that Jorginho struggles. You understand? He needs players around him who have recovery pace to recover the ball and loses the ball. Although he's very fantastic on the ball technically. So with Thomas Partey being a right back, it's a good experiment and it shows that it can work. So if we have any emergencies, Thomas Partey can fill in there for the team. So great for Mikel Arteta. I'm happy for him. His team keeps on pushing. Right now, as things stand, they sit 8 points at the top of the league with a game in hand from Man City. Let us hope that Arsenal, things can go their way and they can maintain this and keep going. In other games, we saw Chelsea and Everton with a 2-2 draw. Great game for Chelsea. We see them rack up another point again. No losses so far in the past few games. Good for Graham Potter. good for Graham Potter. They need to win though, not draw. Win. The win is the most important thing. But well, let's see how it goes for them in the next game. Everton as well, fighting against relegation. A good point, but you know, son, come on, man, guys, get your gap together before you get relegated. All my life I've known Everton in the Premier League. I was born in the 90s. You understand? And all my life I have known Everton as a Premier League team. It would be sad to see them go down relegation. So it was good to see them get a point against Chelsea. You understand? The team was also struggling to fighting for their own targets and stuff like that. So great games for them. In the next game, we saw Tottenham Spurs draw 3-3 with Southampton. Where do things go from Spurs from here? You saw the outburst from Antonio Conte. You understand? For your coach to come out and criticize the club in the way and manner in which Antonio Conte does, only two things can come out of that. Either you sack the coach, which I don't advise you to do, or you take the coach's advice. And what is that advice? Spurs need a winning mentality at the club. The players have a losing mentality. How can you go from being 3 goals up to now drawing 3-3 against Southampton relegation chasers, and then you claim you're chasing to the top 4? That is not good. That is not good. It is frustrating for any manager. And Antonio Conte is a top coach. He is a win-now kind of coach, a coach that delivers. So when he says the team has a losing mentality, he knows what he's talking about, because the man is a winner. And so if Spurs want to take the next step to the next level, this man is the man you bet your club on, you bet your life on. Tell the leaders of the club, Daniel Levy, those people who are running the club, spend the money. Give this man the money to sign the players he needs, and give him time. And I promise you guys, if Antonio Conte is allowed to do what he's allowed, what he knows he can do, I promise you guys will get at least a trophy, which is what Spurs are looking for.
You are watching Qlick Sports. Click to explore the games.
In the FA Cup, which there was FA Cup over the weekend, we saw Manchester United put Fulham to the sword by 3-1. Even though it was not the best performance from Manchester United, Fulham looked dominant, you understand. But Manchester United were able to capitalize on the mistakes of Fulham, and you understand, Bruno Fernandes scored twice to put Manchester United into the FA Cup semi-finals with a drama-filled 3-1 win over Fulham, who had 2 players and manager Marco Silva sent off on Sunday. Fulham appeared to be heading for their first FA Cup semi-final appearance since 2002, after Alexander Mitrovic opened the scoring in the 50th minute. But Erik ten Hag's side roared back with a vengeance at Old Trafford midway through the second half. A melee erupted when Willian was flagged for a handball after VAR review and sent off. Mitrovic, who appeared to shove the referee, and Silva were shown red cards. Fernandes' ensuing penalty put United on the scoreboard. 2 minutes later, Marcel Sabitzer put the home team ahead with the backheel chip in the net of a cross from Luke Shaw. Fernandes scored again for good measure, seconds before the final whistle to confirm a semi-final against Brighton. Congratulations to Manchester United. In the other semi-final, we saw City defeat Burnley by 6-0 with a hat-trick from none other than Erling Haaland. Julian Alvarez too, the boy wonder, was also on the score sheet again. So good for Man City into the next round of the FA Cup. Great game for them. Let us hope that they can be the ones to pick the title, because trust me personally, I do not want United to lift this FA Cup. That's just my own personal bias. In the Serie A, we saw Napoli defeat Torino by 4-0 with 2 goals from Vittorio Osimhen, the monster. Double K. Victor Kvaratskhelia also scored, and forgotten man in Dublin scored again. Great for Napoli. They keep on marching towards the title. You understand? At this point in time, it is safe to crown them the champions of Serie A, to crown Victor Osimhen the capocannoniere of Italy, top goal scorer, and to crown Victor Kvaratskhelia as the most valuable player in Italy, because man, this team is one hell of a team. This is the best team in Europe. By Arsenal, Napoli is the best team in Europe, and if they keep going like this, wow, what a performance, what a game. Great game from them. In other games, we saw Juventus defeat Inter Milan by 1-0. Great game for Juventus, sad for Inter Milan. Inter Milan are chasing Napoli. You cannot be losing to Juventus. But Juventus, congratulations for the win. Great game for you guys. In the other game, we saw title chasers AC Milan drop points against Udinese, losing by 3-1. This is not good for AC Milan. This has not been a great season. After winning the title, one would have expected AC Milan to be able to win the title again with the young team that they have. But this season, they've been dropping points in games they should not be dropping points. And dropping points against a team like Udinese, good team, that has to be said, but you cannot be losing in the manner in which Milan lost. All being said, it's safe to say that this season can be written off. I mean, they're still Champions League, but for Italy, right up this season, focus on staying in the top 4 and making it back into the top 4 and Champions League next season, and then seeing how you push on next season. But as for this season, I'm not happy with Milan. Milan have not really given a good account on themselves.
You are watching Qlick Sports. Click to explore the games.
In combat sports, Leon Edwards defends his UFC welterweight title in thrilling 5-round masterclass against Kamaru Usman, with British star lighting up O2 Arena in London at UFC 286 to claim majority decision. Honestly, I have to say, as a Nigerian, Kamaru Usman didn't do enough to win this fight. Yes, they all had their moments, but Leon Edwards did enough to win this fight, and congratulations to Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is the real Rocky. I ask you guys, if you've not watched the movie Rocky, please, producer, put up the thumbnail of Rocky. Let people know. People need to go watch this movie Rocky, and you actually realize that Leon Edwards is actually a real life Rocky. For us to have a guy like this, guy who was doubted, guy who was not given the opportunity, guy who was told you're not good enough, we're not going to give you the chance, for him to beat the champion and then beat him again the second time and beat him again at home in front of his home fans. Wow, this guy is a legend in the making. And wow, as a Nigerian, I have to just congratulate him because he's my brother. Jamaicans are my brother, and congratulations to Jamaica, congratulations to the United Kingdom, congratulations to Leon Edwards. In the next fight, in the next combat sports story, it was unprofessional. According to Justin Gaethje accused Michael Bisping of being biased while commentating on Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman trilogy fights at the O2 Arena. Well, what do you expect? Michael Bisping is British, Leon Edwards is British, Kamaru Usman is Nigerian. The fight is in London. What do you expect the commentator to be like? Do you understand? They've never had a British welterweight champion before. This is their chance of having one for the first time and then defending the title again. He has to say things that back up the champion. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying I would do that if I was in his shoes. I'm only saying, hey, it is what it is. What happened. And Michael Bisping is a British man, so I mean, yeah, naturally he's going to be inclined to defend his British man. So that's just what it is. So just deal with it, you know. In the next story, Conor McGregor insists Francis Ngannou made an error in leaving the UFC to pursue a big money payday in boxing, with former heavyweight champion now in talk to face KO King Deontay Wilder. Well, what do I have to say? Talking about mistakes, Conor McGregor needs to get his career back on track. But focusing on what he said, well, yes and no. You can say that if Francis Ngannou is in talks with Deontay Wilder, then he is right for leaving the UFC. You understand? Because Deontay Wilder is an ex-boxing champion. AJ is also having talks with the guy. Also, Tyson Fury has also shown interest. There are guys like Dillian White, Derek Chisora that can fight this guy in boxing. So if it's boxing that he wants, fine. But still, he has to get this. If not, if he doesn't get this, then it will look like a bad decision in leaving the UFC. Why? Because right now, Jon Jones is the champion. You could have literally been the champion right now. You could have fought Jon Jones and made the money there. You could have beat Jon Jones, made a legacy there. Keep fighting, keep defending, but I mean, he chose to leave. So let us keep watching to see what comes off of it. I wish the guy all the best, and let us see how he goes in his career. May the best man get what they deserve in the end. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Please, I beg you all, do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Also, do not forget to click the notification button because it reminds you the algorithm is not your friend. So if you want to see our videos all the time, please click the notification button so that you can always be recommended to see our videos on time. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys again next week.